Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Ryan. Welcome back to Speak Up, the podcast that helps you learn English in simple, everyday ways. Whether you're walking to work, doing dishes, or just relaxing at home, we're here with you. If you're new, welcome. And if you've been with us before, thank you for tuning in again.
Hi there, I'm Priya, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a space for everyday people who want to speak better English without feeling stressed. You don't need fancy grammar, you just need real practice, and we'll help you with that step by step.
That's right. Every week, we talk about easy ways to build your English skills, even if you only have a few minutes a day. And the best part, you don't need a textbook. You just need to show up and try. We're going to make it fun and useful.
Exactly. If you've ever thought, I don't have time, or I'm not confident enough, this podcast is for you. We'll keep it real, relaxed, and all about progress, not perfection. So let's dive in and build your English one day at a time.
So before we dive in, let's take a moment to say hi. Hello again to all our regular listeners. Thank you for being part of the Speak Up family. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I'm Ryan, your host, and I'm really happy you're here. This podcast is all about making English learning feel simple and fun. No stress, no pressure, just progress.
And I'm Priya. It's great to have you with us today. Whether you're listening while cooking, walking, or just taking a break, you're doing something great for yourself. Improving your English doesn't have to be hard. And honestly, if you stick with us, we'll show you how small steps every day can lead to big changes.
Exactly. And today's episode is one of my favorites. We're talking about 4 mini habits, yes, mini, that can make a big impact on how you speak, listen, and think in English. These are easy things you can do every day without feeling overwhelmed. Even just 5 minutes can help you sound more fluent over time.
Right. And I know a lot of people think, how can 5 minutes really help? But here's the thing, your brain loves routine. When you repeat something in small doses, it becomes natural, like brushing your teeth. And one of these habits we're going to share today, you can literally do it in bed with your eyes closed. No kidding.
That's a good teaser, Priya. So if you're someone who wants to speak more confidently, understand native speakers better, or just feel more natural using English, stick around. We're going to break down each habit in a way that's simple, practical, and something you'll actually want to try.
And don't worry, we're not here to give you a long to-do list. These are things you can start today, right after this episode. So, now that we've set the stage, let's get into it. The 4 mini habits that can level up your English one day at a time.
All right, now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the first mini habit that can really boost your confidence. And that's this. Start thinking in English. Sounds simple, right? But it's powerful. Most of us speak our native language in our heads all day long. What if you replaced just a few of those thoughts with English ones? For example, instead of thinking, "Main brush kar raha hoon," just say in your mind, "I'm brushing my teeth." It doesn't have to be complex. The goal is to make English your default language inside your brain.
Yes, and you don't have to be perfect. Don't wait for perfect grammar or fancy words. Just start small. You can think, I'm walking to the bus, or it's sunny today. These tiny thoughts become your daily English practice. And here's the thing, when you train your brain to think in English, you stop translating in your head, which is one of the biggest struggles people have. You know that pause when you're trying to speak but can't find the words? This habit fixes that over time.
Exactly, Priya. That pause, when you're stuck between your language and English, that's where people lose confidence. But if you build the habit of thinking in English, that delay gets shorter. You start speaking more smoothly. It's like your brain is already warmed up before you talk. One trick I recommend is doing this when you're doing chores. Washing dishes? Try thinking, I'm cleaning the plate. Walking outside? Think, the sky looks blue today. It keeps your brain active, and it's a great way to speak English fluently over time.
I totally agree. And if your vocabulary feels limited, here's a bonus tip. Keep a short list of easy words in your pocket or on your phone. These can be flashcards or just a few words you want to remember. While you're doing something simple, like waiting in line, you can mentally review them. It's an easy way to make English part of your routine. These little mental exercises take no extra time, but they add up.
That's a solid strategy. It's not about learning 100 new words a day. It's about using the ones you already know every single day. That's how you build fluency. And don't worry if it feels weird at first. Thinking in English takes practice, but the more you do it, the more natural it feels. Just start with 2 or 3 short thoughts a day and grow from there.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. So next time you wake up, instead of reaching for your phone, try saying to yourself, "Today is going to be a good day" in English. It's such a small thing, but it's powerful. Over time, you'll feel the difference. Your mind will begin to live in English, and that's a huge step towards speaking confidently.
Now that we've talked about thinking in English, let's take it one step further, speaking one sentence out loud every day. I know that sounds small, but trust me, it works. A lot of people feel shy or nervous when speaking English, right? This habit is a simple way to practice spoken English without pressure. For example, while you're making tea, just say out loud, "I am making tea." It doesn't have to be fancy or perfect. You're just training your mouth to feel comfortable with English sounds.
Yes, I used to be that shy person. Even though I could write and read well, I hesitated when it came to speaking. This one sentence habit helped me break that wall. I'd talk to myself in front of the mirror, just one sentence, like, "The weather is hot today," or "I'm going to work now." It's one of the most powerful English speaking habits because it builds confidence slowly. You start to trust your own voice in English, and that's a big deal.
And here's a little secret. Not only does this build confidence, but it also rewires your speaking muscles. Just like athletes train every day, your mouth and brain need training too. Saying even one sentence out loud makes your brain connect with your voice. Over time, your sentences become clearer and your fear of speaking goes down. A great trick? Record yourself. Just one sentence a day. You'll be surprised how much better you sound after 2 weeks.
That's true. And when you record yourself, don't focus on mistakes. Focus on the fact that you spoke. That's the win. And if you're not ready to record, talk to a mirror. Look at yourself and say something like, "I'm wearing a blue shirt." It may feel funny at first, but it works. You're building a daily speaking habit, and the more you do it, the more natural it feels. That's how you improve English fluency over time, by using your voice every single day.
And let's be honest, everyone starts with fear. I've met so many learners who told me they didn't speak English for years because they were scared of being judged. But no one's watching you when you say one sentence alone in your room. That's why this is so powerful. You're creating a safe space to grow, one sentence at a time. It's not about grammar, it's about courage.
Absolutely. Just one sentence can change your day. You feel good, you feel in control, and slowly you start to feel like, yes, I can speak English. That's the goal. So even if you don't feel ready to talk to people, talk to yourself. That small voice becomes your strength. And from there, everything gets easier. Keep it simple, keep it daily, and the results will come.
So, we've just seen how one spoken sentence a day can really boost your confidence. But now, let's switch gears for a second. Let me ask you this. How much time do you spend on your phone every day? Be honest. 2 hours? 3? Maybe more? What if I told you that just 30 seconds of scrolling could actually turn into your English classroom? I know that sounds wild, but there's a smart way to do it, and it's so easy you won't even feel like you're studying.
Exactly. This next habit is all about using what you already do, your phone. Imagine improving your English without adding anything new to your routine. You'll still be scrolling, still relaxing, but now you'll be learning too. We'll show you exactly how in just a minute. It's simple, fun, and you can start right after this episode. So don't go anywhere, because habit number 3 might just become your favorite daily trick.
All right, so we've looked at thinking in English and saying one sentence out loud. Now here comes a habit that's fun, easy, and already part of your day. Watching videos. Seriously, how many times do you scroll through Instagram or YouTube Shorts without even thinking? Well, here's the trick. Watch just one short English video daily. That's it. Pick something with subtitles or slower speech. You're not just watching, you're learning English with videos, even if it's just for 30 seconds.
Yes, this changed the game for me. Instead of just listening passively, I started to really listen. I'd pause, repeat phrases, and mimic the speaker's voice. It felt like I was practicing with a native speaker right on my phone. Reels or shorts are perfect because they're short, full of emotion, and repeat key phrases. That repetition, it helps you improve listening skills without stress. Plus, you get used to natural tone, rhythm, and expressions.
Exactly. And here's a tip. Don't just watch, imitate. After watching a video, say the line out loud. For example, if someone says, "What's up? How's it going?" you say it too, in the same tone. You're not just learning words, you're training your ears and mouth. That's how you go from passive to active learning. It feels natural, and soon you'll start using those phrases in real conversations. That's why these English reels for practice are so powerful.
And the best part? You don't have to look for long lessons or serious content. Even fun videos work. Just make sure the speaker is clear and there are subtitles if you need them. Slow it down if it's too fast. I usually pick short interviews, English phrases, or even speak up reels because they're made for learners like us. It's a low-effort habit with big results, especially for building vocabulary and confidence.
Yes, and repetition is your best friend here. You can even watch the same reel a few times throughout the day. First for listening, second for repeating, third for copying the accent or tone. It's all about building comfort. And if you feel unsure where to start, just follow English learning channels, like ours. Learning English with videos is more fun and useful than people realize. It's like training your brain while being entertained.
That's the magic. You're relaxing, but you're also growing. That's why we love this habit. It fits into real life. It doesn't demand much time, but the rewards are huge. And remember, the key is daily action, not perfection. One short video a day, every day, turns into real progress. So next time you pick up your phone to scroll, just hit play on one English reel. It might be your smartest move of the day. So we've talked about watching one video a day. It's simple, right? Now let's take it one step further with another habit that's just as powerful: learning one new word each day. Think about it. Just one word a day means 365 new words a year. That's a massive vocabulary boost. But here's the twist. We're not talking about just memorizing random words. We're talking about learning them in context through real-life examples.
Exactly. And context makes all the difference. For example, don't just learn the word frustrated. Use it in a sentence that means something to you, like, "I felt frustrated when the internet stopped working during my Zoom call." That's how your brain remembers it, by linking it to a situation. This is one of the best vocabulary habits you can build. You're not cramming, you're connecting the word to your real world.
Yes, and you don't need anything fancy. Just use a dictionary app or even Google. Type the word and you'll see examples, meanings, and even how it's used in a sentence. I also like to write one short sentence in a little journal or note app. It only takes 2 minutes. And the more you learn new English words in context, the more natural your speech becomes. It's like giving your vocabulary real-life muscles.
Here's a simple challenge I love. Use your new word at least 3 times during the day. Say it out loud, write it in a text, or slip it into a conversation with a friend. If you picked the word curious, you might say, "I'm curious about this movie," or "She looked curious when I told her the news." Doing that helps build English vocabulary without pressure. You don't need to learn 10 words a day, just one used well.
And the cool part? You'll start to recognize those words when others say them. It's like suddenly your brain lights up. Oh, I know that one. That's the beauty of learning in context. It sticks. Sometimes I even choose words from a show I'm watching or from my English reel of the day. It all connects together. Vocabulary becomes part of your life, not something you study separately.
So true. The goal is not to sound fancy, it sounds real. And learning one word in context every day makes your English sound more natural, more fluent, and way more confident. So pick your word today, use it 3 times, and watch your progress grow day by day. It's a small habit, but it adds up in a big way. All right, we've gone through all 4 mini habits, but now comes the big question. how do you actually fit them into your day without forgetting or getting overwhelmed? That's where something called habit stacking comes in. It simply means you connect a new habit to one you're already doing. That way, it feels natural, not forced. For example, everybody brushes their teeth, right? So while you brush, try thinking in English. Something simple like, I'm brushing my teeth, or I feel sleepy today. That's how you begin your daily English practice without even changing your routine.
Exactly. And here's another fun one. After breakfast, when you're still sitting at the table or washing your plate, just say one sentence out loud. Anything about your morning, like, I feel full, or I have a meeting today. You've just practiced your spoken English for the day. This kind of habit stacking makes building your English learning routine feel super easy and stress-free. It's not about finding extra time, it's about using the time you already have.
I love that. And let's be honest, we all scroll Instagram or YouTube at some point, right? So instead of just watching random stuff, watch one short video in English. That's it. You can even follow accounts that post English reels for practice, like Speak Up. The best part? You're learning without stopping your normal routine. That's how these easy English habits become part of your lifestyle, not just your study time.
And here's one of my favorites. Before bed, just learn one new English word and write one sentence using it. You can even whisper it to yourself as you're lying down. For example, if your word is relaxed, say, I feel relaxed after a long day. Done. One word, one sentence, one step closer to fluency. And honestly, doing it at night helps your brain remember better. It's a calm, cozy way to end your daily English practice.
You know, one of our listeners messaged last week saying she started doing this while cooking. She chops vegetables and talks to herself in English, like, I'm cutting tomatoes. It might sound silly, but it works. She said her confidence has doubled. That's what we love, finding ways to make English habits easy and fun. There's no pressure, just small steps that actually stick.
That's the goal. English learning doesn't have to be hard or boring. With habit stacking, you're not adding more to your to-do list. You're just linking your new skills to the things you already do every single day. So try it out. Pair each habit with a moment in your routine, and you'll be surprised how quickly your English improves. Bit by bit, day by day, you're building fluency naturally.
Finally, let's talk about putting it all together. We've shared 4 simple but powerful mini habits: thinking in English, speaking one sentence out loud, watching one English reel daily, and learning one new word in context. The best part? Each habit is easy to fit into your day no matter how busy you are. They don't take long, but they add up to big improvements in your English fluency.
That's right. And the secret is how simple they are. There's no need for long study hours or complicated exercises. Just tiny, natural steps you can start today. Why not pick one habit right now and try it? Then come back and tell us which one you liked best. We love hearing your stories here on Speak Up.
Also, don't forget, we have a great episode coming up next time. We'll be showing you how to build a 10-minute daily English routine that fits any lifestyle, even yours. So if you're short on time but want real progress, you won't want to miss it.
We encourage you to try all 4 habits we talked about today. Share your progress or any challenges you face by commenting or sending us a message. Your feedback really helps us make Speak Up better and more useful for everyone.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We're thrilled to be part of your English learning journey. Remember, small habits lead to big results, and you're already on your way to speaking English more confidently.
Yes, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep shining. We'll see you in the next episode of Speak Up. Until then, take care and happy learning.